What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about Ripple, I want to go over some of the data points, latest and updates, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Ripple sitting at 223, down 5.03% over the last 1 day. Absolutely unjustified. On a positive note, though, you are seeing the volume somewhat maintain itself. So over the last 24 hours, 3.46 billion in volume. So that's one thing that I generally like to look at, as I've shared with you. So just kind of continue to watch that. It does signal whether whales are getting in, if they're maintaining, and what they're doing. But as of right now, though, as far as liquidations, you're seeing a small amount of longs closing out. And I think that's just generally a lot of those swing traders that got in around that $2 range and sold out possibly like right now or over the last 2 days. Because on a technical standpoint, I think Ripple did break below this 233. So that's going to be a key pivot. Above and below it, so the R1 and S1, so $1.84 and $2.82, very wide gaps, and that's just because of Ripple, how volatile it is in general. But I think over the next little bit, it will continue to flirt with this 233, and then potentially once a lot of these good catalysts come to fruition, then you'll see it continue to move higher. This is why you're not seeing a lot of longs closing out their positions, and you're seeing pretty much it being just not boring, if that kind of makes sense, but you're not seeing all that much in activity over the last several days. So again, you can kind of be optimistic on that or not. You do whatever floats your boat. But as you can kind of see over the last 24 hours, a lot of the big names have pulled down. So Bitcoin down 3.33, Ethereum 3.18, and then Ripple down 5.08. Again, I see that not really just, but it is kind of interesting to see a lot of these major ones that have good utility starting to pull down, whereas the fear and greed index is at 25. So essentially you are seeing like the market, its appetite for risk increasing, which is resemblant based on this, but a lot of those utility ones are pulling down. So I think just people are maybe rotating into alts, not going to jump to the conclusion, say it's alt season or any crap like that a lot of people love to hear, but rather I think it's just again a little bit of optimism in the broader market, and people are jumping all over that. But there was one thing that just came out that is very bullish for Ripple, and that is this right here. So potentially a Ripple wallet might be coming. So not only will that draw so much more additional attention to Ripple, but at the same time you'll be able to have a enormous ecosystem, and that's pretty much the only reason why people really like Solana, is because of the massive ecosystem that you can build on it. And that's why Ethereum unfortunately is flopping, because they don't have a efficient system. This is where Ripple will be able to just explode, because everyone's going to be really buying Ripple just to, again, you can swap it and do whatever you want on its ecosystem. So Ripple, I think the liquidity will be going up, and that's not even counting any potential ETFs. There's still a lot of other rumors associated to that coming out, but I just wanted to kind of go over some of the recent data points, explain what is really pulling it down, and at the end of the day, why you just need to dollar cost average. Crypto is like crazy volatile, very difficult to catch the bottom, but at the end of the day, dollar cost averaging is the way to go on a lot of these ones that have good utility. But in my opinion, I think you at this stage know which one is my favorite, and that is Ripple. There's a massive amount of catalysts coming out for it in the foreseeable future, but from now until then, if it does dip a little bit more, then that's just a dream come true. If not, then obviously it is what it is. So let me know your general thoughts on Ripple. Are you a buyer recently? Have you been dollar cost averaging? Are you selling out? What's your kind of 2 cents on everything? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.